Thank you for joining this short intro about migration, about the team shape of a cloud migration. We have 5 minutes. I don't want to say too much about myself. Who am I? You can find more on LinkedIn. I'm Radu Vunvulea. Nice meeting you. My journey in cloud started in 2009 on Microsoft Azure, and starting from then, I was mostly involved in cloud projects, cloud migration, cloud adoption, you name it. I'm working for Endava on VP of Cloud Capabilities, and I really enjoyed my journey. Now, let's jump to the main topic, cloud migration and the team shapes. Now, from the point of view of how migration look like, there are three crucial phases. The first one is business alignment. And that's very important. There's a moment in time when you define the business drivers, the adoption model, and any kind of other strategical decision that needs to be taken. The second phase, it is preparation stage, where you do the gap analysis, you understand the gaps, you see how you can fill them through procedures, operation model, capabilities, and so on. You prepare the people, the tools, and you ensure that you have a landing zone that can be used for the third core step, where you do the migration stage, meaning that for each subsystem, for each application that you're migrating, you do the discovery, analyze, build, migrate, decommission, and handover. And these are very important steps because, in general, you are talking about the landscape where you have multiple data centers, 100, 500, 1000 applications. You have a lot of application components that you need to take. You need to consider. Sometimes they're overlapping across applications, sometimes and not. And then you have the infrastructure where you can have 500, 1000, 2000 machines, physical machines that you need to assess. You need to be able to decommission them and take everything that are running on top of them and put them on a cloud vendor. I've said that when you talk about migration, it's a mix, it's a combination between waterfall and Azure. Yeah, I know about Azure, and it's very important. But you need to have clear milestone to know exactly this is the landing zone, and then we initiate in an agile way parallel migration of the old application that you're focusing. If you want to be fast, then you go with a lift and shift approach, where later on you do a post-migration phase where you do improvement of efficiency, you do the modernization part, the refactor, replatform. Because if you want to do a modernization for a large ecosystem that needs to migrate it to the cloud, it's not about years, but at the moment in time when you end up migrating 30 or 40 applications, that ones already are end of the life cycle and you need to start over again. And for the one that on-prem, they are still waiting the migration. Now, when you're in the migration stage, I would say that we have 5 important phases. We have discover, analyze, decide, migrate, and decommission. In the migration phase, migrate phase, you are at the moment when you can scale up. You can push a lot of teams, a lot of applications. You can work in parallel. Coming back, when you're in the discover, it's about analyzing, doing the assessment of the physical machines, of the servers, of who is the technical owner, what does the business owner would like to achieve, and so on. Then you go in the analyze phase with the findings, and you identify the application that needs to be migrated, which one needs to be replaced, which one will be kept. If you have unused or empty application servers, you name it, and then you end up in the decide. When you decide migration approach, what you keep, what you do decommissions, what is the team shape, milestones, and timeline. And of course, then you go in the migrate, where things should be pretty smooth because more or less you have something like a landing zone. You have the teams, you know the technical needs, and then you allocated the team, you do the work, put them in production, and then you go to do the handover and you do the knowledge transfer. And I would say that the most important step, and why? Because when you're in the decommission, you can turn off one by one the physical machines. Now, to be able to do that, we need to keep in mind that we are in a triangle where we have a combination between challenges, migration work, and the success. And all of that are affected by how you do the communication and about the people, the team shape. Now, talking about migration team in all these 4 phases that we were talking, I would say that more or less we have 3 or 4 different types of team. The core team that is together during all the journey, where you have people with good skills, good understanding of the business, of the technical, on the approach that needs to be done. They are the one that do the discovery, do the analyze, take partially the decision, and ensure the success of the team. Then you have a shared team. The shared team is, or you can imagine that in general, shared team are usually the people that you say, oh, we need half 50% allocation of a data person with very good skills on MongoDB and things like that. These are the ones that are required at that moment in time. Then you have the decommission team that, based on the name, you already know what they are doing. And then you have the migration team that is doing the hard work. Talking about the team shapes, how the team shape look like. On the core team, we have the infrastructure architect, the software architect, the consultant, project manager, and so on. The shared team are the core skills that are very specific to your own needs on the migration. Then you have the migration team that is scaling. You can have 1, 10, 100 migration team because you can scale them. And basically, more or less, if you talk about the lift and shift, you have the cloud infra engineering team that is doing the hard work, and the decommission team for on-prem that will turn off. So more or less, this is how the team shape could look like for a cloud migration that is closer to a lift and shift with some areas where you do modernization. Thank you. Thank you for listening me. If you want to have a chat with me, I'm Radu Vunvulea. Feel free to reach me on LinkedIn. Cheers and have a great day.